Whether you're making a burrito bowl or just looking for some lean protein, black beans are a great and affordable option, as long as you know which brands to avoid. Iberia produces all kinds of kitchen staples, but you might want to think twice before grabbing a can of the brand's seasoned black beans, which fall flat thanks to both its high sodium, one serving has 490 milligrams, or 21% of the daily value, and added flavoring. In addition to beans, water, and the firming agent calcium chloride, these seasoned black beans contain tomato paste, salt, and a blend of sofrito seasonings. Sofrito is a mix of diced vegetables and seasonings cooked slowly over low heat. It forms the base for many dishes in Spanish, Latin American, and Caribbean cuisine. You might expect these seasoned beans to be tasty, but customer reviews suggest otherwise. One Walmart customer complained that they were plain and barely even salted, while another questioned if they were even black beans, calling them, quote, just very slightly salted red beans. Some might argue that Iberia deserves props just for making this list twice, but it turns out their black bean selection is lacking across the board. With premium in the name, Iberia premium black beans set high expectations that they do not satisfy. At first glance, the beans look pretty good. The only ingredients are black beans, water, salt, and calcium chloride. Sodium is only 150 milligrams per serving, which is pretty low for canned black beans. Unfortunately, these black beans fall short in both texture and flavor. A reviewer at Consumer Reports conducted a blind taste test that included Iberia's black beans and complained that they had a tough consistency, with overly firm centers that made them unpleasant to chew. The beans were also lacking in flavor. It's worth noting that a Walmart reviewer found them at least tolerable, describing the beans as good but not great. But that's not much of a selling point.
You like it, yeah? You like it?
A can of beans pre-seasoned with delicious spices may sound like a great idea, but Kuner's black beans with cumin and chili spices confirms not every brand hits the mark. While still relatively low, they have 330 milligrams of sodium per serving, more than double that of Iberia's premium black beans. Additionally, the seasoning contains some undesirable ingredients like sugar, dextrose, and soybean oil. These ingredients often hide in processed and packaged foods and can add up throughout the day. Soybean oil specifically can have harmful effects on your health if eaten in large amounts. It contains excessive linoleic acid, which can cause digestive issues like colitis if you eat too much. Dextrose, a type of sugar, is no different. When ingested, it can cause blood sugar levels to rise quickly, which can be especially dangerous for people with diabetes. Eating food with dextrose can also lead to weight gain, heart disease, and other health concerns. In fairness, some customers have taken favorably to Kuner's black beans, but it may be worth it to just add your own seasonings instead of buying the cumin and chili variety. Kirby black beans come pre-seasoned. You can enjoy them on your own without much effort. In addition to black beans and water, these contain olive oil, sweet peppers, salt, vinegar, sugar, spices, and onion and garlic salt. A single serving has a sizable 670 milligrams of sodium, or 28% of the total daily value. Though, to be fair, this serving size, 7.5 ounces, is close to double the standard half cup many of the cans on this list are assigned. In terms of customer feedback, Kirby black beans have mostly positive reviews. However, a former fan of the beans wrote that they could no longer taste the Creole seasoning advertised on the can, suggesting the brand has changed its recipe. The Walmart-owned brand Great Value has a sizable line of canned foods, but you might want to look elsewhere for your bean fix. Many customers have had negative experiences with Great Value black beans, with some going so far as to advise others to avoid them at all costs. One customer claimed their can was 90% water, while another disgusted shopper said the beans themselves were, quote, dried out and nasty looking. It's not all bad though. On paper, these beans look perfectly fine. They're relatively low in sodium, with 130 milligrams, and the only ingredients are water, salt, and calcium chloride. But even with their 9 grams of fiber and 8 grams of protein per serving, taste and texture are still king, and that's where Great Value lacks. La Costeña supplies a variety of canned goods throughout Mexico and for many large retailers internationally. But when it comes to beans, the brand's whole black beans leave much to be desired. Along with water, black beans, and salt, the label lists onion, jalapeno, garlic, and soybean oil, which, again, not great in large doses. If you need more convincing, these beans only offer 5 grams of protein per serving, or 10 grams per cup. To put this into perspective, 1 cup of black beans typically contains 16 grams of protein, according to the USDA. While customer reviews are generally favorable when it comes to taste and texture, we say these beans just aren't worth it. But which beans are worth it? Goya is one of the top distributors of Latin American, Spanish, and Caribbean food products in the US, and their black beans consist of just beans, water, and salt. One serving has 410 milligrams of sodium, which is fairly middle of the road for the brands on this list. Conversely, they provide a bit more protein than most other options, at 8 grams per serving. Goya also shines when it comes to customer reviews. As one Walmart buyer wrote, "Were cooked to perfection, so they had a nice texture and taste, which made them a satisfying and comforting addition to any dish, or even on their own."
Whole and plump. Approved.
Many other reviewers expressed their satisfaction with these beans, and some even named Goya as their preferred bean brand. Bush's knows beans. The company has been canning them since 1908, and they've developed a reputation for quality. Bush's black beans follow this trend, offering simple ingredients and the convenience of a can. There's nothing unexpected here. The only ingredients in the can are cooked black beans, water, and salt. Free of preservatives, these beans offer 7 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber per serving. Plus, people really love them. In reviews on Walmart's website, some customers have praised how tightly packed with beans the cans are, while others complimented their taste and firm texture. The only downside here is the sodium, which is a little high at 450 milligrams per serving. Draining and rinsing the beans can lower the sodium content, and alternatively, Bush's makes a low-sodium version that contains 55% less than the regular black beans, so there's options for everyone. If you happen to live near a Whole Foods, the Natural Grocers private label 365 makes a wide variety of reasonably priced products that are worth checking out. In this case, the brand's black beans with no salt added are a great option for anyone looking to include protein and fiber in their meal. Made with just black beans and water, these beans contain a measly 5 milligrams of sodium per serving that customers claim doesn't detract from the overall flavor. As one satisfied shopper gushed on Amazon, these beans are soft but firm. The Goldilocks of black beans, if you will, just right for any dish you have in mind. A serving offers a fairly average 7 grams of protein, with a higher dose of dietary fiber than you'll usually find in a can. With these stats, 365 black beans with no salt added are a win all around. Founded in the 1960s, Eden Foods is a natural foods company that primarily partners with local farmers. Eden organic black beans are unique because they contain no added salt. Instead, kombu seaweed is the only other ingredient besides water. Kombu enhances the flavor and helps soften the beans without contributing huge amounts of sodium. In fact, this can of beans only contains 15 milligrams of the stuff per serving. And while many low-sodium products suffer from blandness, Eden organic black beans have overwhelmingly positive reviews. According to customers, the bean and seaweed combo works wonders flavor-wise. One Amazon customer actually preferred them to 365, writing, "The beans are smaller, blacker, have more flavor, and they are more al dente, so they hold their shape when added to soups, but are still easy to mush down for nachos. The only drawback is the price, which is typically higher than non-organic canned beans. If you can shell out the cash, they're available for purchase at many health food stores, markets, and co-ops nationwide." Westbrae Natural is a bean company committed to fighting against the effects of climate change. Their canned products are available for purchase at Whole Foods, Sprouts, and smaller grocery stores across the country, and their organic black beans are a great way to contribute protein to a meal without adding extra sodium. The only ingredients in this product are organic black beans and water, and customers generally approve of the taste. What's more, there are literally 0 milligrams of sodium per serving. According to customer reviews, the texture of the beans was also solid, though the higher than usual price was something of a drawback. Founded in 1896, S&W products can be found at major chains across the U.S. They have multiple black bean options, but their low-sodium black beans are the choice we'd recommend. With just 140 milligrams of sodium and a full 10 grams of fiber per serving, these beans ensure that you're getting the nutrients you want with little else. All in all, low-sodium black beans receive high marks from shoppers. One Amazon customer wrote, "These low-sodium black beans are both tasty and healthy. I enjoy putting them on top of sweet potatoes to make a filling, inexpensive dinner."
Cool beans!
Oh yeah!
As Target's own private label, Good & Gather covers all the pantry essentials. The brand's low-sodium black beans play into the increasing demand for heart-healthy, low-salt foods. Like much of their competition, these beans are packed with water, salt, and calcium chloride. Even so, the beans manage to keep the sodium content to a relatively low 130 milligrams per serving. According to customers, these low-sodium black beans are as delicious as they are healthy. One Target shopper even claimed that they like the low-sodium option more than the regular version. Others praised the flavor and low price, highlighting that these are a good value option for low-sodium beans. The only downside some customers mentioned was that the ratio of water to beans was too high for their liking. Still, if you're shopping at Target, these are a solid addition to your cart and your plate.